You too! What it do? What's good? How y'all living, man? Master Fades, Byron Jackson, aka Master Fades 210, coming with y'all again for another video. And man, the channel's growing, people subscribing, people commenting, people viewing. It's just we just all around blessed over here. We blessed. So I'm bringing y'all another fade video today. Of course, I'm gonna be, giving y'all the game while y'all, peep me doing my thing. Of course, the video is sped up. If y'all want hour-long videos, I'll give y'all hour-long videos. If y'all want it quick, sweet, and to the point, then that's what we gonna keep rocking with. So I got a first-time client in the chair. A youngster, his name is Rocco. Actually a nice popular basketball player at the local middle school. I actually heard about him. And we got us a mid-fade, mid-drop fade, and a little shear work on top with a little trim. And as you can see, we already getting it. I done made the ball line and got the ball line nice and even, nice little arc going around his head. And now, I'm prepping the ball with the shaver, getting that ball nice and smooth. And now we going in with the water, wetting the top of the hair. And we finna go ahead and trim the top, because ain't no point of fading the sides, then trimming the top, then having to go back to the sides. You just create more work for yourself. You working harder and not smarter, and getting paid the same. That don't even work. That don't even go together. So yeah, I will be posting a video soon, strictly on shear work, strictly on cutting and trimming the top of the shears. I also do a video. It'll be a collab video with the shears / thinning shears all in one video. But that ain't this right now. So we ain't focusing on that. So now we going in with the halfway open. We start our phase halfway open on this channel. We don't do that all the way open now. We start halfway open. And when we put a line in, we take it right out. We don't wait. I ain't got time to be waiting. So I'm in the middle part of the head right now. And as you can see, I'm making the half line or whatever. So halfway open is also, a half. So I'm making a half or whatever and getting into my flow. And at this point of the cut, I was talking to little man. He was telling me about basketball and stuff like that. And, we had a nice little conversation. But then once I really start getting into the haircut, I get quiet. So that's probably the bad thing, the only bad thing about me recording for 45 minutes and then having to speed the video up. I'll talk for 15 minutes and the other 35 minutes I'm dead silent because I done got into the cut. But it is what it is. So yeah, I'm done made the half line, and I done took that line out, and I went back with the shaver and made sure that line was completely blended. That way, when I'm done with that, I ain't got to come back to it. So normally I start my phase with the 1.5 guard, but today I went ahead and started it with a 3. I'm still perfecting this clipper over comb, and blending a lot of bulk from the bulk down to a 1.5 guard requires a lot more precision and less room for error. So I went ahead and started it with the 3, and because first time client, so I wanted this haircut to be A1. So, I got the step with starting with the 3 master, but starting with the 1.5 guard blended to the bulk, I ain't got that master like I do with the 3 guard. So that's why I started it with the 3. And as you can see, I'm doing clipper over comb, blending that bulk into that 3, making sure it's all smooth. Making sure it flows from the top that we just trimmed with the shears all the way down to the 3. And it's going, it's moving, This technique that I use, this is called 2 guard. In this case, it's 3 guard technique. But I normally use the 2 guard technique. And with the 2 guard technique, it allows you to do clipper over comb every haircut. If that is a type of technique you're trying to master, it's perfect, because instead of you waiting for a client to come in with long hair to do clipper over comb, no matter what haircut you're doing, you do clipper over comb. So that's why I love the 2 guard technique. Because no matter what cut I'm doing, I'm able to practice it and perfect it and get it going. So right now I done dropped down to the 1.5 guard, and we're beginning to blend that bottom line into the ball. That's what's gonna make the fade look like the fade. It don't look like it yet. The fade don't really start coming together until you get to that 0 guard, which is the next guard I will put on after this guard I'm using right now. And then once you get pretty much all the way closed with that guard, that's when you can start to see the fade. That's when you can start to see if you got any areas you might need to go back to or hit again, or if you got to go grab another guard. The whole purpose of when I'm doing a haircut, I absolutely fucking hate when I put a guard down. For instance, I started with that 3, and then I jumped down. Say I started with the 3, and then I jumped down to the 0 guard, and something happens, and I gotta go pick that 3 guard up. I absolutely hate backstepping in the haircut, because now I just added easy 5 minutes to my cut, and I pride myself on my clients coming in, getting a dope cut, dope service, and out the chair in 30 minutes, and their haircut look like I spent an hour and a half on it. Like, I literally prided myself on perfecting that part of my craft to be able to do haircuts at that pace, and it still looked like I went as slow as possible, and they was minimum in the chair for an hour. Because earlier in my barber career, I worked in a salon, and I was the only barber in there. It was 2 of us, and then one of the barbers went to jail. And I ain't gonna lie, I was better than him. So when he went to jail, and those whole 2 weeks he was gone, his clients was coming in and looking for him. I'm like, man, he ain't here. I don't know when he coming back. They was like, well, shoot, can you get me? So when he came back, they was like, man, Buddy cut better than you. You know, we gonna stick with Buddy. It was to the point he was calling clients like, hey, man, I need the money. And the clients was like, well, we need good cuts. You need the money, but you giving out bad cuts. So obviously you don't need the money too bad. I said, dang, man, you told him that? He said, man, straight up, my boy from Miami. Straight up. I said, man, I can't even be mad at that. Y'all paying for a service. So, yeah, I mean, I watched Buddy take a whole chunk out of dude's lip one time, and then got mad when the dude felt like he should have got half off or something. He's like, man, I'm going to mess around and need surgery. Like, you took the whole top part of my lip out. Like, I gotta cut my mustache off. It's a hole in my mustache. He had a hole in his mustache, man. But anyways, yeah, man. So right now, I done moved through the 0 guard, and I believe we at the point to where I ain't got no guard on. I'm slowly but surely picking out this line. Like when you pick strawberries, you take your time. So I'm slowly picking out that line. Cause man, you can do everything right and get to this part of the haircut and go a little bit, I'm talking about a little bit too high, and create a little hole, a little bald spot in the fade. Now you gotta blend that out. Now you gotta backstep. Now you gotta put the guard back on. Now you done added 10 minutes to your cut. I'm telling you. Speed will come with time. Don't try to go fast. Just focus on doing a good cut. Just focus on making sure that you got the line out of there. But I'm to the point now that when I be doing my fades, I'll get through the cut at a nice pace, because I like to focus on the detail work of the haircut, the edge up, the razor, the going back into the fade and using clipper over comb, or just using the corner of the teeth of the blade with no guard and picking out them little spots, picking out them little blends. Like, I don't even put no guard back on when I'm doing at that point of the haircut. The comb is a guard. The comb has 2 sides. It's got a thin side and it's got a fat side. If you know how to flip that comb based on where you're at on that cut, trying to perfect that fade, you don't need no guard. All you gotta do is run that comb up through there a little bit and use the corner of your clippers and pick that thing right up out of there. And that saves time, because you ain't gotta keep stopping and going back and picking up a guard and picking up a guard and picking up a guard. And then look now. These are tricks that I learned from so many different barbers. Like right now, that's what I'm doing. You see me? I got the comb and I'm just real quick with it. Real smooth, real smooth with it, real swift. real confident. And he chilling. And his haircut came out immaculate, man. I'm in the process of upgrading my camera. So once I upgrade my camera, y'all really be able to see how good my haircuts are, man. Like, this camera don't do me no justice on my haircuts, man. My haircuts look so much better. I would not put myself in a position to embarrass myself by putting my work on a worldwide platform like YouTube if my John was, you know what I'm saying, A1. And once, like I said, once I get this real camera, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. But even with this, with what I got now, you can still see it. You see the blend, you see the ball, you see the edge of crispy, you see everything proportional, everything even. I love what I do. I don't do it for the money. I do it. I fell in love with the reaction I get when I hand somebody the mirror and I know for a fact I exceeded the expectations of what they thought their haircut was gonna look like. That reaction is what I fell in love with. And that allowed me to want to be the best. That allowed me to put in work, going to educational classes, spending hours on YouTube just watching and listening and going to hair shows and networking and collabing and talking to different barbers and just, I done been to a couple of hair shows, didn't say nothing to nobody. But my eyes did all the work. You got 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, because you ain't got to open your mouth to learn nothing. You can just literally sit and watch and listen and take mental notes and go back and apply. And that's what I did several times. I even competed. I won several different competitions, from one-on-one battles to barbershop battles to hair competitions. I done it all. Fast fade, fading beard, freestyle design. It's not a category out there, fastest fade, that I haven't won. So right now, yeah. And you know what? I'm finna clear the air right now. It's a lot of barbers out there that be talking mess about barbers using enhancements. First of all, if somebody comes sit in your chair and they ask you for something and you can't do it, to me, that means you just missed out on some money. Isn't that why we do this? Yeah, we do what we do because we love it, but at the same time, you get paid for what you do so you can take care of yourself and feed your family. So if somebody sit in your chair and they ask you for something and you can't do it, that means you just missed out on some money, and the person, the barber next to you, gonna pick up that money because you chose not to learn. You chose not to evolve. You chose not to keep up with the game. I've been a barber 15 years and it has not stayed the same longer than 2 years. Every 2 years it evolves. Every 2 years it changes. Every 2 years there's 10 different haircuts or 10 different techniques to learn. And if you don't learn these things and these people start coming in asking for this stuff and you can't do it, brother, you ain't making no money. You ain't making no money. If you're not gonna evolve with the game, why are you in the game? You don't gotta do enhancements on everybody, but at least know how to do it. So when somebody sit in your chair, you tell them, you know what, I don't really like doing enhancements like that, so therefore I'm charging. Brother, they gonna pay. I'm telling you, they gonna pay. If your work and your service match your price, they gonna pay. So yeah, I added a little sauce to his haircut. And I'm just putting the little final pieces on right now, but he fresh. He fresh. He told me he had basketball practice in the morning, starting it. So I'm like, yeah, you gonna be the freshest one on the court. And if you see me put enhancements in somebody's haircut, it is because they asked for it. First of all, I had to buy that machine. I had to buy the paint. I had to buy the fibers. I had to buy the spray to help hold in the fibers. I had to buy the extra spray gun, the extra needles, the extra nozzles, the extra tops, the extra air hoses. I had to buy all this stuff. So because I had to buy all this stuff, it makes no sense for me to put it in every single haircut for free. The machine alone was $100. So I'm just gonna start caking paint and fibers in people's head, not charging for it? That don't even make sense. You're gonna go buy product, you're gonna buy products to make a product, spend your money, and when you make this product, you're not gonna charge for it? You're just gonna give it out for free? You might as well just give them the cash. But like I said, common sense ain't common, so yeah. So yeah. He pretty much done. Like I said, I'm doing the last bit of the detail work, making sure the line is crispy. Right there above his ear, I could have went a little higher with the ball, but I was playing it safe. So at this point, I made a new ball line over his ear, up more into the fade, reballed it out, and then blended it back out so it would pop more over his ear and give it that mid drop fade effect. And yeah, he fresh. He fresh. That's why I say, man, this camera dude don't do my haircuts no justice, man. Like, I'm really good at what I do. I'm really good. I take a lot of pride in what I do. I don't ever have a half-ass nobody haircut. I don't ever rush to nobody haircut. If I can't give you my best, I'll tell you, brother, just come back. You know, I'd rather tell you to come back than give you a half-ass cut and you leave pissed off. Like, I just can't do it. So now here we go. I'm finna get a close-up, little spin around. See, man, that boy fresh, man.